Good morning, everyone. Shall we start our class? So, the last class we have discussed how to configure the DNS server, right? And in that, how to create the standard primary zone for website purpose to call the name to IP address and IP address to name. And we seen how to create the backup DNS server, right? By using standard secondary zone. And we seen what is the use of stub zone and what is the use of Active Directory integrated primary. And we seen the last class how to create the forwarders also and how to create the conditional forward also, right? So till now we have discussed DNS class and we have seen how to we have a web server and this web server example IP address is 61.5. We are hosting a website here by the name of yahoo.com. So to allow the user to access this website over the internet, we have to register this website information to ISP DNS server, to our DNS server. And when we are making this machine as a DNS server, we are giving the IP address, and this machine preferred DNS address should be saved. And in DNS server, we have to register the website information, that is yahoo.com standard primary zone. In that we have SO record, NS record. We have to create host record. In host record, we have to give the system name, web server system name, and web server IP information. And we have to create alias record, that is worldwide web we have to create. And one of the user example is taking internet line from this ISP. So this ISP IP is giving the IP address to this client, that is 10.0.4. And the preferred DNS address is your DNS server IP address for this client. And the user is going to the browser and the user is requesting for website here. The user is going and the user is requesting for website, is typing www.yahoo.com. So not only the first request will go to DNS server or web server here. DNS server. The request will go to DNS server. DNS server resolve the name to IP address, and the client is having successfully IP of website, web server. By taking this IP 61.5, we can reach to web server. Can we access the site or not? So all of you done this practical last class, how to create primary zone, secondary zone, stub zone, active directory integrated primary zone, condition forwarders and forwarders, right? So till now we completed DNS class, and today we are discussing how to configure web server. In web server, how to host the website. So the microservicing, if you want to configure web server, we require this service that is called IIS. So the Microsoft operating system is having this service. By the help of this service, Internet Information Service, in short you can say IIS. By using this IIS service, I can make one system as a web server, and the microservicing this service is available in all Microsoft operating system. It's available in 80 also, it's available in 2000 server also, it's available in 2003 also, 2008 also, and 2012. Not only server operating system, this service also is available in your client operating system also. But from which client operating system? So this service is available in Microsoft client operating system also, but from XP. If you have XP Professional with Service Pack 2, so this service is available. In Vista also is available. In Windows 8 also is available. Windows 10 also is available. And in 2000 server also is available. In NT also is available. In 2003 and 2008 and 2012 also is available this service. So if you want to make one system as a web server, I can use any operating system. And to make this machine as a web server, it's not compulsory this machine should be a part of our domain, right? So if this machine is DC, no problem. If this machine is member server, no problem. If this machine is a standalone machine, means workgroup machine, in your organization there is a no DC, there is a no clients. Take one machine, install the operating system, and make that machine as a web server. So it means the web service, IIS service, is not depend on your Active Directory service. Without Active Directory service, without our domain model, I can configure IIS service to make one system as a web server here, right? But why we need web servers? If anyone is asking to you, sir, why we require web servers here? Any specific reason is there? Yes, sir. Publishing the, okay. See here, we require web server to create the website. To create what here? Website. What website contains? Actual website means web page here. So what web page contains? Whatever the information over the internet you want to advertise with your end users, and whatever the information you want to share with your end users, that information is available in our website. So it means whatever the information we want to share over the internet, right? That information is available over the internet by the help of website. So here, by the help of IIS service, we can make one system as a web server, and by the help of web server, we can host the website. And website contain our company information, whatever the information you want to share. That information we are keeping in the website, and we are hosting over the internet. The user can access this one, and by sitting anywhere in the corner of the world, my user can access my company website to gather the information there. Okay, but the websites are very important today in our life. Yes, it's very important here, right? Example, if you go back at least 5 years or 10 years back here, and assume it your friend is staying in the other country and you want to send some important documents to your friend, right? What we have to do 10 years back? We have to take the data, take the document files, go to the post office, and from there we have to post or not here. We have to courier that, right? So it's going to take how much time to transfer the data from one country to other country here? At least 1 week we require, and we have to pay the courier charges also there. Okay, but now you can see we have a public website over the internet, like Gmail is a public site, Outlook is a public site. So tell to your friend, create one email ID in Gmail, and you have to create the email ID in Gmail, and through Gmail email ID, right, through Gmail website or web server, send the mail to your friend, right? And once you send the mail, and through mail you can attach your documents, right, and send the mail. Now how much time it will take to transfer the data from one person to other person which staying other country? How many seconds? Less than 1 minute. Less than 1 minute you can transfer the data quickly, very fast, over the internet, from one person to other person. And the data is secure also here. Data is secure also, right? So whatever data, whenever you're sending the data to some person, only that person is receiving the data over the internet. That is secure. So quickly and best service, if you want to give you a customer, then we have to take the help of web server. And nowadays you can see here, if you go to the supermarkets and if you purchase something now, they are not taking the pen and paper to make the bill, right? So they're taking their own company website, and all the product information is available, and within some seconds it's making the bill and is giving the answer. Like this, go to the banks also. Earlier, if you have account in Amirpet branch in HDFC, you have to go always Amirpet branch HDFC to do the transaction. But without going to the Amirpet home branch of bank, can we sit in your home? Can we do the transaction? Can we check your account? Can you transfer the money from one person to other person? Yes, it's possible by the help of website. Nowadays, every company is having their own website. Every bank is having their own website. Through that, we can gather the information. We can send the data. We can transfer the money from one person to other person, right? So the website is doing very important role here. That's why every organization, maybe a small, maybe a medium, maybe a large, every organization is saying, say, we require a website for our organization here, right? Now we are the system administrator. We have to know how to configure the web server. We have to know how to configure the web server and how to host the website. But to create the website, we require web pages or not here? Now tell me, who is going to design the web pages? You are the system administrator. Are you going to design the web pages? No. So to design the web pages, we require a programming language like web designing or HTML language. If you know HTML language, if you know the web designing, you can design the web pages. But don't worry, in the real time, you are the system administrator. We have to know how to host the website. Sorry, how to configure the web server first, then how to host the website here. But to host the website, we require web pages. So do one thing, collect your raw data of your company, collect your document files, PDF files, Word file, video file, application files, and give this raw data to your programmer. In every organization, we have a programmer. If the programmer is not there, you can take the help of outside programmer also there, right? So tell to the programmer, take this raw data and design one web page. Design one web page. So by the help of programming language, the programmer will design the web page and take that web page file. Take that web page file and keep in your web server hard disk. Example, the programmer is giving the web page file, whatever the file name is there, but extension of that file is HTML. Extension of the file is what here? HTML. And by the help of this HTML file, keep this file in our web server hard disk, and by the help of this HTML file, can we host one website over the internet or not here? So within the LAN and over the internet, your user can access this website. Okay. So that's why the microservicing, by using this IIS service, we can make one system as a web server. So if you want to configure one system as a web server, I require Internet Information Service. But in your non-Windows operating system, did you heard this word Apache server? Like, so in non-Windows operating system, if you want to make web server, we have to take the help of Apache service, Apache server. But in Windows Microsoft operating system, this service is called what here? IIS, Internet Information Service here. Now, what is the use of this Internet Information Service? The microservicing IIS service, which is used to host the information over the internet, and it provides integrated, means this service is integrated with operating system. We no need to download from Microsoft website. We no need to purchase this application here. This IIS service is reliable also. Whatever data we are transferring one account to other account through website, so that is security. Example, I'm sending one mail to you and you're receiving, right? So reliably the mail is delivered to you or not here. Like this, when you're transferring some money from one account to other account through bank website, so that data is transferring from one person to other person. That is secure. And scalable also. Scalable means how much data we can keep in our web server and how much data by the help of website we can transfer. It depends actually on your web server hard disk. If your web server hard disk having big size, you can transfer. Right now, example, my website size is this much only. How much here? 100 MB. It's very small here. But in the website, GBs of data, TBs of data is available or not here. It depends on your web server hard disk, how much space is available in web server hard disk. That much data you can allow the user to store and access over the internet here. Next is what? These servers are manageable web servers, capacities over an intranet and hosting on internet also. So we can host this website over the internet. So all the world users can access this website. But if I'm hosting the website in intranet, only my corporate people, my LAN, my domain users can access, but outside user cannot access this one, right? And this service is available in all Microsoft operating system, but whenever the operating system is changing, the version of this service also is changing. Like in NT, version is 2.0. In 2000, version is 5.0. In 2003, version is 6.0. In 2008, version is 7.0. In 2012, version is 8.0. So remember these versions, because whenever you're writing MCSC exam, 413 exam, it is asking this question here. Sir, what is IIS stands, right? And what is the use of this service? And what is the version in 2008? What is the version in 2012? That you have to give the answer, right? And the second thing is what here? The Microsoft is saying in previous operating system, there is a no backup feature. There is a no backup. So we cannot take the backup of our website. Option is not available. But from 2000, Microsoft has given backup option. But this backup is a manual backup. This backup is what here? Manually. Manually, we have to take the backup here, right? In 2003 also, Microsoft has given the backup, but backup is manual. But here in 2000, the backup speed is very slow here, right? If I want to take the backup, right, it's going to take at least 1 hour time to take the backup of the website here. So the backup is very slow. But the Microsoft has solved this problem. The backup is very good. Speed is there in 2003. But in 2008 and 2012, the Microsoft has given the backup feature. But this time the backup is not manual. This time backup is what here? Automatic. Backup is what here? Automatic. So what is the meaning of automatic? When you create the website, automatically one backup file will be generated background of your server there, in background of your machine, right? So this is called what here? Automatic backup. So but earlier we have to take backup manually there. So that's why the Microsoft is saying features are is support for IPv6. Right now I'm using IPv4, but if you're using IPv6 also, we can configure the IIS service. We can host one website. But in previous operating system, IPv6 is not supported. But now IPv6 in 2012 is supported here. Second thing is backup and restoration of website. Configuration is automatic. And isolation of user. Isolation of user means what here? We can create multiple website in single web server. On single public IP, on single web server, I can create multiple website. One website for sales department users, one website for accounts, one website for my outside user, one website for my internal user. Like this, we can create multiple website in single web server. And one website is not depend on other website here, right? Next is what? Support for application developer and programmer. So my programmers are designing the websites, right? I'm hosting the website over the internet. And application developer are designing the applications, is keeping the application in my web server and allowing the user to access this application over the internet without installing the application in home PC. Example, I'm sending one mail to you through Gmail, and in that mail I'm attaching two files. One is Word file and one is PDF file. One is Word file, one is PDF file. I'm attaching. I'm sending one mail to you, and you receive my mail. But in your home laptop, you're not having Word application. MS Office application is not there in your computer, and Adobe Reader PDF application also is not available in your computer. But you receive my mail, and you can download the Word file, you can download the PDF file, but can you open these files? No, because application is not there. Instead of opening, do one thing. Right click on open your mail and receive my mail, and right click on that Word file and say view. Say view. So now tell me, the Word application, PDF application is open for you or not here? But how these applications are opening? Because to run this application, we require application here, right? To run these files, Word file and application file, PDF file, we require applications are not here. So what the programmer has done, he's integrated the services with, sorry, application with your browser, right? In your browser, application is there. And once you click on the Word file, once you click on PDF file, the PDF file, Word file is open for you. So means you are not having right to download the application, but you can use this application over the internet. So like this, some of the companies are giving the chance to user to work from home, but the companies are not allowing the user to download the application, because the application is only designed for private companies. So we are integrating the application with website and allowing the user to access over the internet here, right? So please copy this one, 3 slides, and please copy fast. It's done, finished. Please write down the versions. So please copy these versions. Is over. Done. Now copy the next page. Please check. Is over. So now, whenever we are accessing the website, how we are accessing? So whenever we are accessing the website, so example, this is my web server and this is my client, and the user want to access the website. So whenever we want to access any website, maybe yahoo.com, maybe gmail.com, maybe any bank website or any company website. So what we are typing? We are typing microsoft.com, we are typing gmail.com, we are typing yahoo.com. So how we are accessing the website? When we are accessing yahoo.com website, example, what we are typing? Only yahoo.com or www.yahoo.com? So we are typing what here? www.yahoo.com to access the website. So it means the IIS is supporting to this service that is called World Wide Web Service, you can say, right? So www service, the I is supporting to www here, World Wide Web Service. But whenever you type www.yahoo.com, once you press enter, before this www, one more service name will be added there. That is what here? HTTP colon //. So it means the I is supporting to HTTP also. Now what is HTTP stands? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Protocol means set of rules. Transfer means something we are transferring. Hypertext. So this page, right? This page, complete page, is called hypertext page here, right? Because this page contained your text messages. This page contained your video messages. This page contained picture messages. This page contained links also. Like when you click on mail or when you click on sports, right? You will go to the next page or not here, right? So that's called what? Links. So this page is a graphical page. This page contained links. This page contained text messages. This page contained video messages. This page contained pictures, right? Or your data. So that's why it's called, this page is called hypertext page here. Okay, fine. Now through HTTP site, whenever we are transferring the data from client to web server, whenever they're transferring the data client to web server. So example, this is a bank website. So by sitting on my home PC, right, I'm accessing the bank website. I'm doing some transaction. So when I'm doing the transaction, when I'm transferring the data, I have to type my personal details or not here. My account number, my account holder number, my password, my PIN number, so and so. We have to type so many things. So whenever the data exit from your client machine and whenever the data reach to the web server, then only your transaction has completed. But through HTTP site, whenever we are transferring the data over the internet from client browser to your web server, this data is flowing over the internet in normal format. It's flowing over the internet in normal format. So it means over the internet, between client and between web server, there are so many hackers are sitting here. And your data over the internet is flowing normal format. So easily the hacker can hack your data, and easily if the hacker hack your bank account and your credit card details or debit card details, then what hacker will do it? Next day, no next day, next moment, what the hacker will do? It will make your account full or empty? Empty, right? That is the job. Now that's why this HTTP site, we can allow the user to transfer the data over the internet, but it's not secure. But you can see here, whenever you type www.gmail.com, when you type any bank website, when you type any government website, or when you type www.microsoft.com, once you press enter, before that this name will be added for you. That is called HTTPS colon //. So it means I also is supporting to what? HTTPS. So please tell me, what is HTTPS stands? HTTPS stands Hypertext Transfer Protocol. S for? Answer is wrong, sir. Whenever we see S, we'll say secure. No, S is not secure here. S stands here SSL here. S stands what here? SSL. Secure Socket Layer Service. Secure Socket Layer Service, right? So S stands Secure Socket Layer Service. So it means that with HTTP, SSL service also is working, right? So through SSL, through HTTP site, HTTPS website, through HTTPS website, whenever I transfer some data from my client, from my browser, so whenever the data exit from my machine, before exiting, this data will be converted from normal format to encryption format, means binary language, zeros, ones, at the rate boxes dash like this. So this data was here encrypted. Whenever the data reached to the web server, so again your data was decrypted. Whenever the data reached to the web server, again your data was decrypted. So not only over the internet, now through HTTPS website, how we are transferring the data in normal format or encrypted format. So your bank account, your card holder, your card name, your passwords are encrypted. Now over the internet between the client and server, one hacker is sitting and hacking your packet. Okay, he can hack the packet, but when he open the packet, what he can find? All the complete text message? No, he's getting what? Dashes, binary language, zeros, one, boxes like that. So can he read the content? No. So this site is more secure over the internet to allow the user to access data over the internet securely. HTTPS best or HTTPS is best? HTTPS. So that's why you can see when you're doing any online transactions, when you're transferring the data from one account to other account, check it out whether the type is site is HTTP or HTTPS. If the site is HTTPS, that is more secure, you can say. Okay, but we have, by using IIS service, we can create one more site here. By using IIS service, we can create one more site that is called FTP site. That is what here? FTP. So please tell me what is FTP stands? File transfer protocol. File transfer protocol. But what is the use of this FTP? FTP contains two things. Files. Files means any type of file, and application. Application means any type of application, maybe small, maybe medium, maybe large, or maybe operating system is a big application. That also is available, right? So FTP is used for to download and upload the data over the internet. FTP is used for download and upload the data over the internet, and FTP contain files and applications. So example, today I have purchased one new PC in my home. I'm using Windows 10 operating system, but I want Yahoo Messenger application. I want Yahoo Messenger application. So what I have to do? I have to go to the market to purchase this application. Like earlier we are doing, whenever we want any application, software, we are going to what? Specific places, specific malls, or specific computer shop or peripheral software shop, we are purchasing the application. But now in your home PC, if you want any application, so we are going outside the home to purchase? No. So through website, can we purchase the application? Can we download the application? Can we download freely some applications also? Yes, it's available, right? So what I'm doing, I'm going to the yahoo.com website. I'm typing www.yahoo.com. The request is going to the Yahoo server, and we have one option, page will open, and we have what here? Yahoo Messenger. Okay, so now once I click on this Messenger, it will allow to me to download this application or not here, right? So once you click download, actually the request, actually you can see when I'm accessing the site is what here? HTTP or HTTPS. But once I click download, the request will go to FTP server. The request will go to FTP server. So what the programmer has done, when you're accessing the website, that is what? HTTP. But once you click on this download, so request is going to what here? FTP server. And through FTP server contain all the files and applications. And through FTP server, we are downloading the data in our home computer hard disk. For example, if anyone is asking to you, sir, please tell me Yahoo web server or Yahoo Messenger, where the application is available. So person is asking, say, Yahoo Messenger application, Yahoo server. Can we give the answer? Where is the Yahoo server? No, we don't know the Yahoo server. We don't know the Yahoo server IP address. But still we are downloading the data from one machine to other machine or not here over the internet. How we are downloading? By using FTP. So in front of you, you are accessing HTTP site, but backgroundly you are accessing what here? FTP. Through FTP, we are downloading and uploading. So whenever you're downloading the data, uploading, we are doing by the help of FTP service here, right? So remember this one. That's why you can see when your download is started, you can check the address. To is your address, and from is your FTP server address. It will show you that. So means by using IIS service, I can create three types of sites. One is HTTP, one is HTTPS, and one is a FTP site. So please write down this one. is done. So HTTPS stands what? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. S stands Secure Socket Layer Service. Okay. Now HTTP stands Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and HTTP service is supporting to World Wide Web service also. And HTTP service used to publish data World Wide Web quickly and easily there. And this protocol easy to configure and support for security and encryption to protect your sensitive data. And every service is having their own number, and that number technically is called port number here. It's called what here? Port number. So whenever you go to the interview, it will ask this question, sir, what is port numbers? So give the answer. Every service is having their own number, that is called what here? Port number. Now tell me why we require port numbers here. HTTP port number is what here? 80. But why we require port number? If anyone is asking to you, sir, why we require port number, sir? Is very important. Port numbers are important, sir. Yes, sir. Why? Because you can see by sitting on client machine, I'm requesting to my client, sir, I want to access HTTP service. Maybe I'm requesting to my client, I want to access HTTPS service, FTP service, DNS service, right? I want to access DSCP service. I'm requesting to client. But tell me, client is a machine, right? My machine, my server will understand these names, HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, DNS, DHCP, these names? No. Because our computer language is what here? Binary language, number language here. So whenever I'm typing HTTP or HTTPS or FTP or DNS, so the request will go to my machine. So my machine will check what is the number of this service. Like HTTP port number is what here? 80. So the client will take this port number 80 name, right? Number, and it will send the request to server, and it will ask to server, said this user, this guy want to access port number 80 service, and the server will send the port 80 service to the client, and client will allow the user to access HTTP service. So in our network, each and every service is having one number, and that numbers are called what here? Port numbers. But the question is what? How many port numbers we have in the world, and who is managing all these port numbers? These port numbers are managing by these two organizations, ICANN organization and IANA organization. These two organizations is managing all these port numbers. And how many port numbers we have? Over the internet, we have nearly 02 65,535 port numbers are there. Out of that, 021024 port number already reserved. Try to understand, then you can write down. I will give you the chance to copy this one, right? Because when you're writing, you are unable to understand, then you're coming after the class, you're asking, sir, what is that? We forget that one. Okay, so please listen this one. Port numbers are 02 65,535. We have 021024 port number already reserved. What is the meaning of reserve here? Reserve means already given to some services. We cannot change and we cannot use that one. Like HTTP is taken port number 80. Like the HTTP is taken one, HTTPS is taken one, FTP is taken one, DNS is taken one. Already is given, right? But still other port numbers are free. So what we can do? In real time, when you're creating your application, your company is having your own application, and that application you want to run over the internet. So you can contact to ICANN organization and tell to that, I need one port number for my service. So that organization will give you one port number to you, and you can register that port number to your service, and you can run your service over the internet also, right? This one. But in interview, when you go to the interview, when you going to the MCSC exam, when you're writing 413 exam, is asking this question, sir, please yourself tell me some at least 10 port numbers with services names. Or directly it will ask this question in interview, sir, please tell me what is the port number of HTTP? What we have to say? 80. Very good. If anyone is asking port number of HTTPS, what you have to say? 81. Because HTTP is a brother of HTTP. HTTP is bigger than HTTP, that's why 81. Answer is correct? Wrong, sir. HTTPS is port number is 443. Like this FTP. FTP is having two. Actually, if anyone is asking FTP, so you have to say port number is 21. But if anyone is saying, sir, what is downloading port number and what is the uploading? So you have to say downloading is 21 and uploading is using 20. Like this, we have DNS. DNS port number is 53. And DSCP is having two port numbers. One for server, S for server, and one more DSCP client, C for client here. Server is using 67 and client is using 68 to request to server to get the IP address. Okay. Then like this, we have Kerberos protocol also, that is 88. Like this, we have TCP port services, that is what running on 6. But I'm writing some here, right? But if you want to know, if anyone is asking, sir, I want to know all services names with port numbers. So please do one thing, visit to this website. That is what? iana.com. Go to this website and check all the one page is there. Download that page, port number page, and you can see 02 1024 port numbers with services names. But we have to by heart. Like, can we by heart, can we remember all 01024 port services? No. So which services we are learning, right? Remember the services names. We already know what is the use of these services, and same time remember the port numbers, because when we go to interview or exam, it will ask this question: sir, what is the port number of DNS? What is the port number of Kerberos protocol? What is the port number of DHCP, HTTP, HTTPS? These are the common services daily we are using, so we have to remember this one. Okay, so please copy this one. No, sir. No public, no private. Private means there is no private ports, there is no public ports here. Yes, sir. 6. Sir, public means which is already registered. Private means with our own. I am giving to my service. That is called private share. So this is called what here? Port numbers. Done. Finished. Please copy fast. For yes, we can give. By default, is taking 80 when you're creating HTTP, but we can give our own port numbers also in our local network or over the internet also. We don't want to run port number 80. We want to give our own port number, which you purchase. We can give it. First two, I will show you how to do it. Is over all of you? Now, you can host the website over the internet. If I host the website over the internet, example, this is my company web server here. I created. If I host the website over the internet, who can access? My corporate people also can access. My over the internet unknown known people also can access or not. So one of the user is sitting over the internet is requesting for my company website here, right? The request is going to my web server. Web server will allow the user to access the website. But if I host the website in intranet means within the LAN, only my corporate people can access, my domain user can access, but outside user cannot access this one, right? But when you're hosting the website, we require web server. But to configure the web server, we have some requirements here. So what are the requirements to create the web server and to create the HTTP site? We'll say this one, okay? So the requirements are, the first requirement is what? We require one machine. And if this machine is DC, no problem. If this machine is member server, no problem. If this machine is workgroup machine also, right? There's no problem. We can install IIS service to make this machine as a web server, right? So we require one PC. But in this PC, what we need? We need IIS service to configure this machine as a web server. Okay. Next, what we require in this machine, we require static IP, not dynamic IP. Remember here, we require static IP address. But we have two types of IP address over the internet. One is called public IP. So when we require public IP, when you're hosting the site over the internet, we require compulsory public IP to allow the user to access. But when I'm hosting the site within the LAN, we require private IP address, right? So it's depend on your requirement. If you're hosting the site within the LAN, we require private IP. If you're hosting the site over the internet, we require public IP. But if you're hosting the site within the LAN, we require private IP, and your website name you can give your own, any name you can give. There is no restriction. But when hosting the site over the internet, we require public IP. At the same time, your website name should be registered. Means your domain name should be registered. Whatever the name you're deciding for your site, that should be registered. Because if already someone is using this name, you cannot create one more site by that name. But if you have a unique name and your domain name, your website name should other users should not use, other companies should not use. So for that reason, we have to go for domain name registration here. Okay. So if I'm hosting the site over the internet, we require two things: public IP on our web server, and domain name should be, website name should be registered. But if you're hosting the site within the LAN, we require private IP, and you can use any website name to host the site here. Okay, we can give our names here. And domain name is not registration is required here. Now, fourth requirement: how we are allowing the user to access the site, by name or by IP, or by both. So we require service to resolve the name to IP, IP to name. That is what? DNS service. So by the help of DNS service, so it means we require DNS server also. So by the help of DNS server, by the help of DNS service, we can resolve the name to IP and IP address to name. Now the fifth requirement, the last requirement is what? We require home directory here. We require what here? Home directory. So what is the meaning of home directory? Now try to understand here. The home directory means what? When you're hosting the site, right? We require web pages or not here. So who is going to design the web pages? Programmer. We have to give the raw data to programmer and tell to the programmer, so take this data and design one web page. Design one web page. So the programmer will design the web page and take that folder. So example, in my server, I'm creating one in E drive. I'm creating one folder by the name of web pages, and the programmer has given one folder to me, and that folder name is Yahoo. And in that folder, you have web page file that is called HTML. So wherever these web page files are available, this location is called home directory. It's called what here? Home directory. So if anyone is asking, sir, what is home directory? So give the answer. Your web pages, right? Web pages location is called what here? Home directory. So wherever you're keeping the web pages, that location is called what? Home directory. Right? Any doubt? So please copy this requirement. Then we'll see the practical how to configure IIS service and how to create the HTTP site. is done. Over. So please write down our first lab today, installing Internet Information Service. And I'm hosting the site within the LAN. If you're hosting the site within the organization or over the internet, the method and procedure is same. Only the requirement is changed. If you're hosting the site over the internet, we require public IP, domain name should be registered. If you're hosting the site within the LAN, we require private IP and domain name, website name. I can use any name there. So what is the lab heading? Installing Internet Information Service dash web server. Dash web server. So to make this machine web server, we require IIS service. So I want to configure this machine as a web server. So we have to log in as the admin first here, and you can see here in this machine, I'm using server operating system 2012, and right now this machine is my part of my domain. If this machine is work group also, we can install IIS service. Next, we have to check the IP of this machine. And you can see the IP of my machine is 10.0.1, right? And we require DNS service. So we have a DNS service. So right now DNS server also is available in my premises. But example, if your company is there and you want only web server, for example, in my organization, I'm not having any DNS server, DHCP server, there is no administration, right? I'm not having any Active Directory server, only standalone machine is there. Take the machine, install the IIS service, that machine is web server. But your web server information has to register to ISP server or not here. So we have to tell to the ISP, sir, in your DNS server, register my website. So I have to maintain only web server. But right now here, I'm maintaining DNS server also, and I'm maintaining web server. Both is available in my premises here to allow the user to access. So we have a DNS service here, but we need IIS service here. So please write down the first point in system one server. In system one server, login as administrator. In system one server, login as a administrator. Then write down next point. Open the server manager console. Open the server manager console and click on add roles and features. Open the server manager console and click on add roles and features. Then after that, write down 3 times next, next, next. Click 3 times next, next, next. So click next, one more time next. And remember here, we are sitting on system 1. The web server system name is system 1 and web server IP is 10.1 there. So now once you click next, we are in the roles. Now today we require web service. So if you come down, you can see the last third one is what? Web server service, that is IIS. So write down, check the box web server. Check the box web server IIS. Check the box web server IIS. Okay. Now once you check the box web server IIS, is asking to add the features. So write down, click on add features. Click on add features. Now once you click add features is accepted, write down 3 times next, next, next. After add features, click 3 times next, next, next. So click next, one more time next, one more time next. And you can see here we are adding the web service. But this web, are you finding some services boxes chart check? So these are the supporting services to my IIS service. But today we need one more service, and by default this service is not installing. That is HTTP redirection. Now see, this HTTP redirection service not install automatically, but we want to see this practical today. What is HTTP redirection service? What is the use when we require? So we have to install this service manually. So write down, check the box HTTP redirection. Check the box HTTP redirection. Check the box HTTP redirection. Then write down, click next, next, install and close. Click next, next, install and close. Now try to understand one more thing that is very important here. If you click next, next, install and close, this machine will act as a web server, and by the help of this web server I can create only 2 sites, HTTP and HTTPS. HTTP and HTTPS, but not FTP. if you want to create FTP site, you have to make this machine as a FTP server. So we have to install FTP service separately here. So you can install FTP service now, or you can install FTP service later also. But if you want to install now, so what we have to do? So we have to come down, and you can find here option FTP server. So if you check the box, so at the same time, this machine is acting as a web server, and we can create FTP site. This machine is called web server, and this machine also is called FTP server. But I will show you later here. If you want to add this service later, how to add this one. I'm not adding now, okay? But choice is there. You can install now, or you can install later also, right? So now we have to click on next and click on install. It will take few minutes times. Then after that we have to close here. Now after the service is created, can we create the HTTP site? Yes. But to create HTTP site here, we need web pages also or not here. So what I have done to complete this practical, already I have downloaded some website pages, first page, like yahoo.com first page, gmail.com first page, BMW first page, IIS first page. And by using these pages, we'll do the practical. But right now in the real time, you have to design the web pages, and you have multiple web pages, and you can allow the user to access. But here only home pages are available, but your subdirectory sub pages are not available. So what we can do in the lab, when you go to the web server and check web pages are there or not. So open the computer in the lab, and maybe in E drive you can find web pages there. One folder is there, web pages. In that you have to check web pages are there or not. So if you open the E drive, here I'm not having web pages folder here. If it is not there, please do one thing, collect from C drive. So open the C drive and open the AIO folder, and here you can find web page folder. So copy this folder completely to your next drive. So I'm copying this web pages folder to my next drive, that is mine. So web pages folder is successfully copied, but inside that we have to check web page files are there or not. So if you open the web page folder, you can find there are so many folders are there. BMW is there, Gmail is there, IIS is there, Yahoo is there, Yahoo Mail is there, and Zoom is there. But these are the folders. In that we require HTML files here. Check in that HTML file is there or not. So if you open the Zoom folder, you can see here we have one supporting folder to this file, and this file is called what here? HTML document file. Okay, so like this you can go to the Yahoo Mail also. You have HTML document file, right? Like this you can go to the Yahoo also. In Yahoo folder also we have HTML file, right? Take the in IIN also we have HTML. So there are so many are there. So take any one to host the site. So I want to take this one to host the site. But remember the location. Location is what? E drive, web page folder, Yahoo there. Okay. So it's taking some time. So write down next lab heading. Our next lab heading, creating HTTP website. Creating HTTP website. Creating HTTP website. Okay. So write down in system 1 web server. In system 1 web server, open the IIS service. In system 1 web server, open the IIS service. In system 1 web server, open the IIS service. Then write down expand the system name SYS1. Expand the system name SYS1. Then write down, right click on sites and click on add website. Right click on sites and click on add website. Right click on sites and click on add website. So see here, once you click add website, one new page will open. Right, in this page is asking so many questions. We have to fill these boxes one by one. So write down first one, site name dash yahoo.com. But remember here, site name is you can give any name, but don't think that if I give yahoo.com, the site will become yahoo.com there. We can give any name, XYZ or website 1, website 2, or site 1, site 2. We can give any name. So site name dash yahoo.com. Okay. Next, write down in physical path. In physical path, click on browse. It's asking here where is the HTML file we have to give. In physical path, click on browse. In physical path, click on browse. Click on browse, expand the E drive, expand the web page folder, expand the E drive, expand the web page folder, and select Yahoo folder. Expand the E drive, expand the web page folder, and select Yahoo folder and click OK. So select the main folder of Yahoo. Don't select the subfolders inside that. Okay. Select the Yahoo folder and click on OK. So once you click OK, your path is successfully added. This is called home directory path. Next is asking, sir, what type of site you want to create. So write down type dash. Now tell me, two options are there, HTTPS and HTTP. Which one? HTTP. So write down type dash HTTP. Then is asking IP address. Write down IP address dash 10.0.0.1 because my web server is running on 10.1. Or you can drag and you can select it showing the IP also there. Okay. Then next is asking port number. We no need to type the port number. By default is selected there. What is the port number? Default 80. Then next is asking, sir, give the host name. So here host name is what? Not your computer name. Till now I said that host name is computer name. But here host name is what? By which name? Right? We are allowing the user to access the website. So that complete name we have to type there. So what is the host name now? Tell me. Only yahoo.com or www.yahoo.com? www.yahoo.com. This is called what here? Host name. So write down host name dash www.yahoo.com and click OK. Host name dash www.yahoo.com, click OK. So once you click OK, now your successfully website is created but not completed. Now here my IIS service is successfully installed and there is a no warning symbol also. Directly we can use it after closing. Now after closing there is a no warning symbol, so we no need to go to post deployment configuration. Services added. You can see here, if you go to the start button, are you finding internet information service? Yeah, open this service. Once you open the internet information service here, you can observe here this service is running in which machine? In system 1. In which domain? Zoom. And who is having right to manage? Zoom administrator. Now once you expand the system name SYS1, in the down you can find, yeah, is asking to send the report to Microsoft. No. Now here we have option sites, but observe here, if you expand the sites, are you finding any site which we created? No. These are the default one. So we have to create our own site. Right click on sites and click on add website. So once you click add website here, one new page will open, and in this page first is asking what? Site name. So I'm giving the site name. You can give like this also, no problem there, but I'm giving the site name, that is a yahoo.com. And here is asking, said, where is the content directory? Means your home directory. Location is asking. So in physical path we have to click on browse and we have to expand E drive, select, expand the web page folder, and there are so many are there, but I want to select what? Yahoo. Select the main folder, don't select the subfolder of Yahoo, right? Then click on OK, path is accepted. Then here is asking bindings. In bindings first is asking what? Type. In type we have two options, HTTP, HTTPS. We want to go for HTTP, and is asking IP, and you can drag the IP and select. IP address is 10.0.1. This is a web server IP, remember this one, okay? And here port number default is what? 80. Is asking host name. So what is the host name? Example also is given www.console.com here, right? So we have to type www.yahoo.com and click on OK. So once you click OK here, your successfully site is created but not completed. We have to do two things here. What? We have to copy our HTML file page. We have to copy HTML page and we have to go to this default documents. We have to open this default document and we have to paste that page here. If you paste this page, so that web page will work for this site here. Remember. Next is what? We have an option that is called directory browsing. By default, browsing is disabled. Not only if the browsing is disabled, the user can access the website. No. So what you have to do, we have to go to the directory browsing and we have to say enable. So if you do these two things, so then your site is successfully configured. Okay. So please write down next line. In next line, write down, right click on yahoo.com website and click on explore. Right click on yahoo.com website and click on explore. Now once you click explore here, once you click explore, one new page will open. One new page will open, and in this page you can see here we are in Yahoo folder. See here, actually If I'm not going like this, we have to go to C drive, we have to go to E drive, we have to go to web page, we have to go to Yahoo. So in shortcut, what I'm doing, right click on yahoo.com website and click on explore. It's taking to me directly inside the Yahoo folder, and you can see we have one folder and we have one file. So we have to copy this file. Which file? HTML file. So write down, right click on Yahoo HTML file, right click on Yahoo, right click on, you can say like this also, right click on HTML file and click on rename. Right click on HTML file and click on rename. Right click on HTML file, click on rename. Okay. Then next line, write down, again right click on HTML file. In this box we have to right click. Okay. Again right click on HTML file and click on copy. Again right click on HTML file and click on copy. Okay. So please try to understand here what I am doing here. I say that right click on HTML file, click on rename. Again right click on this HTML file in this box and click on copy. So now tell me actual what I'm copying. I'm copying the complete page. I'm copying the name only. I'm copying the name. We require name here, right? We are copying the name. But some of the students will say, sir, why you're doing all these things? Sir, remember this name and go there and type. Can we do it? Yes, we can do it. But conditions are there. Everything should be same. Letters, capital letters, small letters should be same. Special character should be same. Spaces should be same. But right now the name is very small. But tell me the real time names are small. No, this website name is very lengthy, big names are there. So that time we cannot remember, right? So that's the best option is what here? Copying. So what we are doing here, right click on this HTML file, click on rename. Again, right click on this HTML file, click on copy. Then we have to close this window. Okay. Now write down next line. Select yahoo.com website. Select yahoo.com website. That is very important. First select the website before doing anything here. Okay. Select yahoo.com website. Open the default documents. Once you double click, it will open. Select yahoo.com website. Open the default documents. Once you double click, it will open. Then write down, you can see right side. This area is called action panel area, right? And in this area, are you finding add option here? So write down, click on add. Click on add. One new page will open. Now here we have to paste that name. So write down, right click and paste. Click on add. Right click and paste. Now once you click paste, the name is pasted. But don't click OK. Just wait. After the name, we have to add the extension here, right? So please write down, after the name, add the extension .htm. Remember here, after the name, add the extension, and what we have to add the extension here, whatever the name is there, after the name, add the extension .htm. Don't type HTML here. HTML will support in 2003. In 2008 and 2012, the Microsoft name is short here. Only HTML. You can type in capital letters, small letters, no problem there. Okay. Then write down, click OK. After the name, add the extension .htm and click on OK. So you can see here, I'm adding the extension here. But please don't change the name. Don't add yourself anything. Don't remove anything. Just we have to add what? Extension. So .htm and click on OK. So once you click OK, you can see the page is added to this, name is added to this list or not here, right? Then write down next line. Select yahoo.com website. Select yahoo.com website. Open the directory browsing and click on enable. Select yahoo.com website. Open the directory browsing and click on enable. Open the yahoo.com website. Sorry. Select yahoo.com website. Open the directory browsing. Select yahoo.com website, open the directory browsing and click on enable. Now once you click enable, your browsing is feature is enabled. So you can see here, once you open the directory browsing, right, we have option here enable. So once you click enable here, right, so your site is successfully, now your site is successfully configured, but not, still not completed here, right? Now site is created. Now tell me, can I tell to my users that browse the web page here now? Can we tell to my user access the web page or not? Yes. So whenever the user is typing www.yahoo.com, once you press enter, so now tell me the request will go to which server? The request will go to DNS server or web server here? DNS server. So now tell me, in DNS server till now we have done anything? No. So the user cannot access the page. So you can see here, if I go to the browser, if I open the browser here, if I type here www. If I type www.yahoo.com, if I press enter, now see it's searching, searching, searching. Now tell me, page will display? No, the page will not display here. Okay, because website is created, web server is ready, but DNS server is not having any information of web server. So we have to create the standard primary zone in DNS server with host and alias record. And already we know this one. So please write down. Open the DNS service. Open the DNS service. Open the DNS service. Open the DNS service. Next line, write down, create the standard primary zone by the name yahoo.com. Create the standard primary zone. Create the standard primary zone by the name. Create the standard primary zone by the name yahoo.com with host and alias record. With host and an alias record. So I'm not giving all the steps to you, how to create the zone, how to create the host record, how to create the alias, because already we completed, we know this one, how to create. By the name yahoo.com with host and alias record. Yahoo.com with host and alias record. Okay, so please help me how to create it, because the DNS service is in same machine there. So we have to open the DNS service, right? Open the DNS service. Now we have to right click on forward lookup zone, new zone, and click on next. And we need standard primary, so select primary zone option and uncheck the box store the in active directory and click on next. So what is the zone name? Yahoo.com, right? Remember this one. Next, next, select allow both option, next, finish. Successfully yahoo.com zone is created. But in this zone we require host and alias. So right click on yahoo.com zone and click on new host. So in case if the yahoo.com web server is running on other machine, so we have to give that machine name and that machine IP. But right now the Yahoo server web server is running in same machine, right? Web server is in same machine, so we have to give the system name is what? System1, and IP address is 10.0.1. Click on add host, click on OK, done. But we are allowing the user to access the site by alias name www. So we have to create alias record. Right click on yahoo.com zone, new alias, type here World Wide Web, and fully qualified domain name is what? System1.yahoo.com. Click OK, done. Now tell me, can we allow the user to access this page? Yes. So write down verification. You can do verification in same machine or you can do verification in next machine also. So write down verification. Open the IE browser, Internet Explorer browser. Open the IE browser and type www.yahoo.com and press enter. Open the IE browser and type www.yahoo.com and press enter. And access the web page. And access the web page. So when you enter, the page has to be displayed. If the page is displaying, so it means successfully your site is created and configured. Okay. So now I'm going to the browser here. So how to open the Internet Explorer browser by using shortcut command. What is the shortcut command? We have to go to run and we have to type what? I explore. So please in the lab, if it is not opening through graphically, we can open through command also. I explore is open. Now we have to type here what? Website name www.yahoo.com. Now tell me, once you press enter, now page will display or not? Yes. So once you press enter now, You can see request going to DNS server. DNS server resolve the name to IP is saying add this page for security reason here in browser settings. So click on add this name, click on add and click on close. Now here successfully our site is created. We are allowing the user to access. So one more time here. If you open the browser, if you type www.yahoo.com, press enter. Now here page is working or not? Yes. Now like this, in my web server, I want to create one more site by the name ina.com. Can we create or not? Yes. So please help me how to create. And remember here on one web server, we can create multiple websites. We can create multiple websites, right? Now I want to create ina.com ina website. First check ina web page is there or not, or take any web page. So I want to create this one, and in that we have HTML file. Now please tell me, help me how to create. Open the IIS service. Next, what sites? Right click or sites only? Right click on sites, then add websites. Then next, site name, that is ina.com. Next is what? In physical path, click on browse, expand the E drive, expand the web page folder, select ina folder, main folder, click OK. Then type is HTTP, drag and select the IP 10.1, port number is 80, default, and website name is, host name is what? www.ina.com, and click OK. Your page is successful, site is created successfully. But we have to go to the site, we have to add the default document page, and we have to go to browsing and enable it. So right click on this ina.com website and click on explore, and right click on this HTML file document page and click on rename. Again right click on this file, copy, then close this one, select the site first, okay, and open the default documents, click on add, right click and paste, and after the name .html, and click on OK. So our HTML page is added. Now select the site once again, ina.com website, and open the directory browsing and click on enable. So our site is successfully created. But in DNS server, we have to create the zone for ina.com with host and alias record. So we have to open the DNS service, right click on forward lookup zone, new zone, click next, select primary zone, standard primary, click next, and the zone name is ina.com, next, select allow both, next, finish. Now in ina.com standard primary zone, we require host and alias here. So we have to right click on this ina.com zone, click on new host, give the web server name, that is system1, IP of the website is what? 10.1, click on add host, okay, done. Then again right click on ina.com website and click on new alias, type your World Wide Web, and fully qualified domain name is what? system1.ina.com, click OK. Now the zone is created with host and alias. Now can we allow the user to access? Yes. So open the browser and type here www.ina.com and press enter. Now, right, page is working. Yes. So when I'm typing www.yahoo.com, Yahoo is working. When I'm typing www.ina.com, ina is working. So successfully our two sites are created. So please in the lab, at least you have to create two sites. Take any one, Gmail or BMW or ina, Yahoo, create it. Okay. So when I'm typing www.yahoo.com, Yahoo site is created or not here? But you can see in this page, are you finding so many tabs here, like finance, music, shopping, we have mail, we have messenger. So if I click on this mail tab, I will go to the next page or not here? Yes. But who is going to design these tabs? Your programmer. Your programmer is going to design this tab. But assume it right now, in our web page, example, mail tab is not available. In our web page, right now we have a web page, but in this web page, mail tab is not there. But right now we designed the mail page. We designed the Yahoo mail page, and in that we have HTML file also. So one day your boss is coming, is saying, sir, tell to programmer, create one tab here by the name of mail. And whenever the user is clicking this tab, this page has to be displayed there. So who will do this job? Redesigning or reconfiguring your website. So programmer. So tell to the programmer, sir, we need mail tab here. So link this page, and when the user is clicking on this tab, the Yahoo mail page has to be displayed. So that work, programmer will do it. okay, because this is the job of programmer. But assume it right now your programmer is not there, it's taken 1 week leave, or it's on 2 weeks holiday, then what? And your boss is coming, is saying to you, sir, please do something, or please sir, configure the mail tab here in the page and allow the user to access this Yahoo mail page, then what we'll do? You are the programmer or administrator. If you know the programming, you can do yourself, no problem there. But you are not a programmer, you are the system administrator. So tell to your boss, sir, I'm a system administrator, I don't know what is the programming here, so wait for 2 weeks, sir, because the programmer is not there, right? After 2 weeks, this person will come and will request to this programmer, then programmer will add this tab, then will allow the user to access this mail page, right? So then what your boss will say, okay sir, we'll wait for 2 weeks. No, your boss is saying, sir, please do it now, and you do it. So what we have to do now? You don't know programming, so if you want to do this changes, what we have to do? We have to learn the programming. So you can go to the Amirpet area and you can learn HTML language. Okay, you're learning something new, that is good. Multiple things, that is best for you. You can say multi-talented administrator. But how much time you need to learn the programming language? HTML language. 1 day, 1 hour, or 1 month? At least we require 1 month. So before 1 month, your programmer will come and will do the job there. Okay. But here the Microsoft has giving one option to you. Actually, this option is a manual option. This option is called virtual directory option. So option is called what here? Virtual directory. So what the Microsoft is saying, by using virtual directory, we can create this mail tab, but we cannot create this tab because we are not a programmer here. But we can allow the user to access this page, right? But user has to access this page manually there. User has to access this page manually. So tell to the user, sir, tab is not available, but if you want to access the mail page, you have to type www.yahoo.com/mail and enter. Now this page will be open for you. And this is possible by the help of this virtual directory. So virtual directory means subdirectories. We are adding the new pages to my root directory actually. That is called what here? Virtual directory. So we'll see now as the administrator how to add the virtual directory to my root site here. So please write down our next lab, creating virtual directory for yahoo.com website. Creating virtual directory for yahoo.com website. But what we have to do first, we have to check whether the mail or HTML file is available or not. So you can see here in web page folder, don't use the INA, don't use the Yahoo, because already you can see one file is there, that's called web.config. So this means already use these pages. Okay, so you can use any other page, but I'm using what here? Yahoo mail. In that you can find HTML file is available here. Okay, second one. So please write down, open the IIS service, open the IIS service. Now for which site you want to create virtual directory, first decide it. For yahoo.com. So write down, right click on yahoo.com website and click on add virtual directory. Right click on yahoo.com website and click on add virtual directory. Right click on yahoo.com website and click on add virtual directory. So once you click this option, which option? Add virtual directory, one new page will open. And in this page is asking two things here. First, alias name. Alias name is what? After yahoo.com slash, what name you want to give, like sport, cricket, news, or mail, what you want. So I want to give the name mail. So write down alias name dash mail. Alias name dash mail. Then next, what is asking? Physical path. Is asking, sir, where is the HTML file? Which file? Yahoo mail HTML file. We have to give the location. So write down in physical path, click on browse. In physical path, click on browse. Click on browse. Expand the E drive. Expand the E drive. Expand the web page folder. expand the E drive, expand the web page folder. Now which folder you want to select here now? Yahoo Mail. So write down select Yahoo Mail folder and click OK. Select Yahoo Mail folder and click on OK. So once you select Yahoo Mail folder, don't select the subfolder, select the main one, Yahoo Mail, and click on OK. So then write down one more time OK. So your job is done. Click OK, OK. So once you click OK, you can see under yahoo.com, we have one virtual directory by the name of mail or not here. But here what we have to do, we have to copy the HTML page of Yahoo Mail. We have to go to this mail virtual directory and we have to go to default document and we have to add that page. So then only this page will work for this virtual directory. So write down next line. Right click on mail virtual directory. Right click on mail virtual directory and click on explore. Right click on mail virtual directory and click on explore. Now once you click this explore here, one new page will open, and in this page not only which one I have to select, folder I have to select or file I have to select, HTML file. So right click on HTML document file and click on rename. Right click on HTML document file and click on rename. Right click on HTML document file, click on rename. Then again right click on HTML file and click on copy. Right click on HTML document file, click on rename. Again right click on HTML file, click on copy. Okay, so once you click copy, then we have to close this window. Then write down next line, select mail virtual directory, select the mail virtual directory, select the mail virtual directory. Then write down open the default documents, open the default documents. Once you double click, it will open the default documents. Then write down click on add, right click and paste, click on add, right click and paste. Then write down next line, after the name add the extension .htm. After the name add the extension .htm. So after your complete name, we have to add the extension. After the name add the extension .htm and click on OK. So once you click OK, your job has done. Your virtual directory is successfully configured. So now see here, we no need to go to the directory browsing, we no need to enable, because already our root side is enable. So our subdirectory also is what? Enable. And we no need to go to the DNS server. We no need to create any zone for mail, because already yahoo.com root side is already registered there. It's registered. We no need to create the mail zones there. Okay. Then write down verification. So write down open the IE browser. Please write down this one completely. http://www.yahoo.com/mail. http://www.yahoo.com/mail. /mail. Okay. Now once you press enter, then write down next line, check the Yahoo Mail web page. Check the Yahoo Mail web page. Check the Yahoo Mail web page. So web page has to be displayed there. Okay. So see here, if I go to the browser, I'm going to this machine browser, and if I type www.yahoo.com, not only which page will open? Yahoo page, main page. Now if you want to access the mail, estimate directories tab is not available here. So tell to the user, type manually, type here what here, slash, then mail, press enter. open? Yes. So when I'm typing yahoo.com, Yahoo page is working. When you're typing /mail, Yahoo mail page is working. And please, in the lab, don't type your email ID and password to check to log in there, right? And don't ask her is not logging there, because these are the not activate pages here. These are the, we created the web page to check the testing for web purpose here. Okay. So now you can see here, when I'm typing www.ina.com, right? So IIS is working. When I'm typing www.yahoo.com, Yahoo page is working or not here, right? So please come to the next lab, write on the heading of the next lab, HTTP redirection. HTTP redirection. Now for this, actual what is redirection? Please tell me. Redirecting the site from one to other. So it means what? When I'm typing yahoo.com or when I'm typing microsoft.com, BMW page is opening. So this is called what here? Redirection. So see here, in our IIS server, in our web server, okay, we created two sites. One is www.yahoo.com. When the user is typing yahoo.com, Yahoo is opening. When the user is typing www.ina.com, INA is opening or not? Yes. But one day my boss is coming, he's saying, sir, please stop the yahoo.com website, sir. Stop the yahoo.com. Don't allow the user to access the yahoo.com website. But you have to do one more thing here. Stop the yahoo.com, and second thing, what you have to redirect the yahoo.com site to ina.com. So whenever the user is typing www.yahoo.com, the ina.com web page has to be redirected, right? So this purpose we are using the redirection. But actually the redirection in the real time we are using for company websites. Whenever the company names are changed, but company products are same, everything is same, but names are changed, so we are going for redirection. So example, my boss is saying, earlier my company website name is yahoo.com, but now my company name has changed to INA. So can we go for redirection or not? Because we cannot update to all world users, sir, my company website name has changed. So we can do one thing, keep the both the sites and change the redirect the site from Yahoo to INA, Yahoo to INA. So whenever the user is typing www.yahoo.com, which page will open? INA.com. So it means redirection has done. Okay. But some of the students will ask this question, sir, can we redirect the public websites? These websites are in our IIS server. These websites are in our server. That's why we are going for HTTP redirection. We can do it in our premises, in our domain mode, in our LAN. But can we redirect the public website which is not hosted in my web server? Like Microsoft is there, is hosted in Microsoft organization. BMW is there, is hosted in BMW company. So one day my user is saying, my boss is saying, sir, please redirect the Microsoft.com website to BMW. When the user is typing www.microsoft.com, BMW page has to be open. Can we do it? No, sir, because this website is not created in our web server. It's created in other organization. But we can do something. What? If you want to restrict the public website for your users, for your corporate people users, we can do redirection by using firewalls also, by using firewall servers. Like every company nowadays is allowing the user to access internet through firewall. So what we can do, go to the firewall and say, whenever my users are requesting to public website of Microsoft, please redirect to BMW. But for public users, we cannot restrict. For our users, we can restrict. So if you want to restrict if you want to redirect the public websites, so we have to take the help of firewall server. But if you want to restrict your company web server websites, then we have to take the help of HTTP redirection. So we'll see now how to do the HTTP redirection for our site in our web server. So please write down. Now first decide which site to which site you want to redirect. I want to redirect from Yahoo to INA there. Okay, both are running. When I'm typing Yahoo, Yahoo is working. When I'm typing INA, INA is working. So please write down. Open the IIS service. Open the, what is the heading of lab? HTTP redirection. Okay, good. So open the IIS service. Then write down, select the yahoo.com website. Select the yahoo.com website. Now see here in the middle page, are you finding HTTP redirect option? In the middle page, we are in Yahoo page. In the middle page here, are you finding HTTP redirect? Yes, we have here. Okay. If it is not there, it means if this option is not there in this page, then what? It means what? When you're doing initial configuration of IIS service, you forget to check the HTTP redirection box, right? So remember this one. So write down, open the HTTP redirect, double click, it will open. Open the HTTP redirect. So once you double click, HTTP redirect will open. Now say is we have to check this box first. Now try to understand. First we have to check the box. Then here we have to type other website name, not our. We have to type other website name. On which website you want to redirect, that website name, right? So please write down, check the box, redirect request to this destination. Check the box, redirect request to this destination. Check the box, redirect request to this destination. Then write down here. We have to type the complete URL. See here, example also is given. Don't type ina.com, it will not work. Don't type www.ina, it will not work. We have to type this complete URL. What is the URL here? http://www.ina.com. You can type in capital letters, small letters, no problem there. So write down http://www.ina.com and click on apply. http://www.ina.com and click on apply. So once you click apply, your successfully redirection is, job is done. Okay, then select the site, do one thing, whatever changes you have done, you want to refresh that one. So for refresh purpose, we have to go for restart. Restart means refreshing the settings here. Okay, now write down verification, open the IE browser and type www.yahoo.com. Open the IE browser and type www.yahoo.com. Open the IE browser and type www.yahoo.com and check the HTTP redirection. Check the redirection to www.ina.com website. Type www.yahoo.com and check the redirection to www.ina.com website. So when I'm typing yahoo.com, which page has to be displayed? INA. So this is called redirection is done. So you can see it. When I'm typing www.yahoo.com, once you press enter, this time which page is opening? INA there. So once again try it. I'm opening the browser here. I'm typing here www.yahoo.com and see here, once you press enter, which page is working here? INA. Okay. But if I open the browser, if I type www.ina.com, not only which page will open? INA. So when I'm typing INA is opening. When I'm typing yahoo.com, yeah, INA. So this is called redirection is successfully done. And please in the lab, do the redirection from one side to other side, Yahoo to INA, right, or INA to Yahoo. But please, I found in the lab some of the students are doing like this, is redirect from Yahoo to INA and again INA to Yahoo. So not only which page will open? You're giving instruction to your computer, sir, when I'm typing www.yahoo.com, go to the ina.com, and again you have given instruction, sir, when reaching to INA, again go back to Yahoo, again Yahoo to INA, INA to Yahoo. So it means which page will open? The page will not open. Actually, your computer is confused to open the page here, right? So please, in the lab, you have to do the redirection only one side. Done? Then after the redirection is done, remove this redirection because we want to go for next lab. So write down note. Remove the redirection. Remove the HTTP redirection. Remove the HTTP redirection from yahoo.com website to INA. Remove the HTTP redirection. HTTP. Remove the HTTP redirection from yahoo.com website to ina.com. Yahoo.com website to INA. How to remove is very easy. Reverse steps. I'm not giving the steps here. See this one. How to remove? Tell me the steps. Open the IIS service. Select yahoo.com website. Open the HTTP redirect. First, remove the name. Don't uncheck first. Remove the name first. Then, uncheck this box and click on apply. So the redirection is removed and restart the services. Okay, fine. Then now, if I open the browser, now tell me if I type www.yahoo.com, which page will open? Yahoo. So it means redirection is removed here. Done. Now here, tell me this yahoo.com website is running on which port here? 80. HTTP is a service, but port is what here? 80, default port. So try to understand here. Whenever the sites are running on default port, if I host it over the internet, so anyone can access, right? There is a no restriction. If the user know the website name, unknown people know your website name, you can go and you can type www.yahoo.com, page will open or not here. But my company want to restrict this page, and I want to restrict through port number. I don't want to allow unknown user to access. I'm hosting the site over the internet, but I want only known people should access, unknown people should not access. So for that reason, we can go for port restriction. We can go for port restriction, or you can say port changing. So what I want, I'm purchasing one new port number from ICANN organization. I'm purchasing one new port number for this site, right, from ICANN organization. And ICANN organization is giving the new port number. I'm changing the port number of yahoo.com. So I'm changing the port number 80 to 8000. I'm changing the port number 80 to 8000. So next day, when the user is typing www.yahoo.com, once you press enter, the page will display. No, page will say, sir, this page is under construction, or maybe this site is not working. So if the user is calling to you, you are the admin, is asking, sir, this page is not working today. So ask to the user, sir, who are you first? If the user is saying unknown, say this page is not working, sir, right? If the user is saying known, this is my identity. So tell to that user, as the admin, we have to share the information. Tell to the user after yahoo.com, type the colon. What you have typed here? Colon, and type the new port number. We have to give the new port number information to user 8000 and press enter. So now your page will be working. So this is called what? Port changing. Okay. So we'll see now how to change the port number of particular website and how to allow the user to access here. Okay. So please write down our next lab. Changing the port number of yahoo.com website. Changing the port number of yahoo.com website. Changing the port number of yahoo.com website. Changing the port number of yahoo.com port, P-O-R-T. Okay. Port number of yahoo.com website. Okay. So please write down steps. Open the IIS service. Select yahoo.com website and click on bindings. Open the IIS service, select yahoo.com website and click on bindings. You can see in right side area, this is called action panel area. Are you finding bindings option here? So click on bindings. Now once you click this bindings here, once you click on this bindings, one new page will open. Now in this page, you can see some entry already is there. Your type is HTTP, name is www.yahoo.com, port number is 80, IP is 10.1. So now tell me first, I have to go to add option or edit option? I have to go to edit, but edit option is not there. So what I have to do? First select the existing entry and click on edit. So write down, select the existing entry and click on edit. Select the existing entry and click on edit. So once you click edit, one new page will open. One new page will open, and what I have to change? Everything I have to change, or port number I have to change? Only port number. So click on edit. Then write down change the port number only. So write down change the port number 80 to 8000. See here, actually I'm giving my own port number because it's in my organization. But in the real time, when you're changing over the internet, we have to purchase one port number. Okay. So change the port number 80 to 8000. Click OK and close. Once you click OK, once you close, your site is successfully. Click OK and click on close. Your port number has changed, right? Refresh it. Then write down verification. Open the IE browser and please write down this completely. Open the IE browser, type www.yahoo.com:8000. Type www.yahoo.com:8000 and access the web page. Page has to be displayed there. Type www.yahoo.com:8000 and access the web page. Now once you press enter, page has to be displayed. Okay. Now see here, if I go to the browser here, if I type here www.yahoo.com, now tell me which page will open. This page will open. So if you can say this page is under construction, said this page is not working here. Okay. So now tell to the user, sir, if you want to access, remove this / and as admin we have to give the information. Tell to the user, type here colon and type the new port number. That is what? 8000. Press enter. Now page is working? Yes. But tell me, IIS.com website is running on default port number or different port number? Default. By same name, can we access or not here? Yes, by the name we can enter, we can access. Right? There is no port changing here. It's running on default. But tell me right now, I'm accessing IIS.com website by IP or by name? By name. But one day my boss is coming, is asking to me, sir, allow the user to access this IIS.com website by IP. Allow the user to access this website by IP. Can we allow? Yes. So please write down our next lab. Accessing the IIS.com website by IP address. Accessing the IIS.com website by IP address. So please write down, open the IIS service. Select the IIS.com website. Open the IIS service, select IIS.com website and click on bindings. Select IIS.com website and click on bindings. Now once you click these bindings here, now already you can see one entry already is there by name. So now tell me, this time I have to go to add or edit option. Add, because I want user should access the site by name also and by IP. So right down, click on add. Now once you click add, right, now here is asking what here? Type should be same. See here, two things should be same here. Type should be same and port number should be same. Just what we have to change? IP address. So write down, select IP address dash 10.0.1 and click OK. Select IP address dash 10.0.1 and click on OK. Now once you click OK and then write down, click on close. Click OK and click on close. So once you click OK, is added. You can see we have two entries. One is by name and one is by IP address. So once you click OK, close, your job is done. So write down verification. Open the IE browser. Open the IE browser. Then write down, type http colon /10.0.0.1 and press enter. And access the IIS.com website. And we don't need to go to DNS server. We don't need to do any changes there. Okay. So type http colon /10.0.1, press enter, access the IIS.com website. Access the IIS.com website. Okay. Now see here, I'm going to the browser now. Now what I have to type here? http colon /10.0.0.1, press enter. Now are you finding the successfully site is working or not? So this site I can access by name, this site I can access by IP address. But the question is what? By IP, how many websites can access? Not 4, not 5, here only 1. By IP we can access 1. But on IP, by name, we can host multiple websites, and by name we can access multiple websites. So here, by name, on single IP we can host multiple websites. We can allow the user to access, like Yahoo I created, Gmail, INA, like this on single IP. By name I can allow the user to access multiple websites, but IP I can allow the user to access only one website, but not more than one here. Okay. So any doubt? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. No, sir, it will not work there. Not work. Okay. So today we have seen how to configure the web server, and we've seen how to create the website and how to redirect the site and how to access the site by IP also and by port changing also, right? So we are winding up our session. Thank you very much. And tomorrow we'll see WDS server, Windows deployment server.